Good morning. Flexible working capital and equipment loans for the self employed, and why cash flow matters more than credit scores. Self employed business owners often face a frustrating reality that strong revenue, consistent customers, and healthy cash flow, yet repeated loan denials from traditional banks. And the problem isn't your business, it's outdated underwriting. And self employed business owners don't need perfect credit or years of tax returns to access capital. And cash flow matters more than credit scores, especially when you have an opportunity in front of you. And in Medallion Funds, we specialize in deposit driven working capital loans designed for real world operators, contractors, service businesses, truckers, restaurants, retail owners, and online entrepreneurs whose bank statements tell a far more accurate story than tax returns ever could. So, what are deposit based working capital and equipment loans? Well, deposit based working capital loans evaluate your business based on your actual revenue deposits and not your net income after write offs. Approval focuses on the cash flow consistency and not the collateral or real estate equity or traditional debt to income ratios. Now, these programs are ideal for self employed borrowers who maximize their deductions and reinvest aggressively into their business, but also those who have shorter operating histories or don't necessarily fit inside a bank's credit box. So let's talk about some of the key qualification pillars in these. So these are very credit flexible underwriting. FICO scores as low as 500 plus may be considered, and it really depends on the deposit strength on your bank statements. So let me reiterate, it's a deposit driven lending model, and loan amounts typically are 1.5 times average monthly deposits based on the most recent 6 months of business bank statements. So short time in business is okay. Really, realistically, 1 year in business is often sufficient, and no requirement for multiple years of tax returns, none whatsoever. There's no hard collateral required. So that means no real estate equity is required, no equipment liens unless we're doing an equipment loan, then there would be a lien. But these are really built for speed and simplicity, repeat business, faster approvals than the banks, and minimal documentation, which means streamlined funding timelines for you, the client. So, who are these loans designed for? Self employed professionals, contractors and skilled trades folks, retail, service, and hospitality owners. Trucking and logistics is another big category. But online and cash flow driven business models and owners with heavy tax write offs. Remember, we're not looking at tax returns. And if your business deposits are strong, financing options exist, even with challenged credit or limited time in business. So here's some common use cases. You're coming up short for payroll or operating expenses. You need to make a big inventory purchase. You need a marketing and growth campaign. You have a seasonal cash flow gap, or you need emergency liquidity without refinancing real estate and waiting for that. And this type of capital is designed to support momentum, not slow it down with months of underwriting delays. So, why banks say no and why alternative lenders say yes? Banks lend based on reported income and more rigid ratios, and alternative lenders lend based on revenue behavior. And that distinction matters is when you can drive revenue, you keep the train moving. So your tax returns may not reflect your true cash flow, and your business may be growing faster than your paperwork will show on a tax return. And timing matters more than interest rate perfection. So in Medallion Funds, we focus on solutions that fit how businesses actually operate. So here's the takeaway for the day. And if your business is generating consistent deposits, you may qualify for flexible working capital or equipment loans. And even if your banks have turned you away already. Remember, cash flow is king, and credit is just one data point in the process. So if you want to explore options built around how your business really performs, we can help structure the right solution. And that, my friends, is it for the day. Please visit billraponline.com. Love to talk to you more. Take care.